I'm tired of relationships with men, and how at a certain point they go into the relationship like loving the fact that I'm super communicative and authentic until I'm calling them out on their bullshit.
Why did a lot of women just stop looking for relationships? I always thought women wanted relationships more than men, but as I watch a lot of these clips and I start thinking about my friends back home in Toronto, I start to think that maybe actually women are the ones who don't want relationships more than men. Maybe men actually are the ones who really want relationships, and maybe that's just a weird thought to have, but it's the way it kind of looks when I think of my friends back home. But regardless, that's actually what we're going to be discussing today, because I found quite a few interesting clips on this subject, and it looks like a lot of women are just kind of saying, you know what? We don't want relationships anymore. We don't need a man. And whether you think that's a good idea or good for society in general, let me know down below in the comment section. Let's dive into it.
I'm tired of relationships with men, and how at a certain point they go into the relationship like loving the fact that I'm super communicative and authentic until I'm calling them out on their bullshit. And then when I call them out on their bullshit, respectfully at first, of course, their inconsistencies, their lack of consideration, and their disrespect in communicating that these things don't align with me, I then become the problem. Not the fact that they're inconsistent and lack consideration and happen to be disrespectful. What? So, I'm done. And I'm not even mad about it. I am not even mad about it. You want to know the most consistent thing that I have learned from unhealed men? Is that they cost me my peace and my ability to expand. So I choose peace and expansion over relationship for the foreseeable future. And the only way that will change is if a champion enters my life, because that's what I deserve. And I know that I deserve that because that's what I am. My hard-earned discernment is like peak. So I can totally tell the difference between performance and true embodied power through healing. So don't even try to step into my life unless you've actually done the work. And don't step into my life thinking I'm gonna help you do the work because I'm a healer. I don't want to. I want someone who's aligned with me. I just don't want to be the rehabilitation center for men who are healing anymore. No, I want a partner. Yeah, partner. So until a champion arrives in my life, I'm out. I'm done. I'm choosing me. I'm not interested in a relationship. I'm in a relationship with myself. And I'll tell you, when I'm focusing on that relationship, I am the happiest and most peaceful I've ever been.
Now, a lot of people might watch that clip and their first reaction would be, well, maybe her standards right now are probably too high, or maybe they were too low before and now she's trying to find a balance there. But as she says, she's waiting for a champion. Now, first impression, when I hear champion, I think of something very that's the top, right? That's the peak. Someone is a champion, they're the best of the best. So when I hear people say that, to me, it sounds kind of like they're giving up on relationships anyways, right? If you're looking for the absolute top dog, if you're looking for the absolute cream of the crop, then you're going to wait a very long time, right? And ultimately in that waiting, you end up being alone. And maybe that's completely fine, right? That's completely fine if that's what you want to do. But I've noticed there's a lot more women saying this on TikTok and other places like Instagram.
Me speaking to literally hundreds of women to understand that you're just as demoralized as modern men. And guys, don't chop my head off, okay? I know we have our own problems, but I'm specifically speaking to women who are 27 and up, they're still single, and they're trying to figure out their dating life. I'll ask them a simple question like, do you want to get married? And they'll say, you know what, I don't know, if I found the right guy. I'll ask them something like, do you want to start a family? And they'll say, I don't know if I find the right guy. And I'm like, that's not what I asked you. I asked you a simple yes or no question. They can't bring themselves to answer it because they've been so demoralized. They've been so tarnished. They've been told that they're old news. They've been told it's too late for them. So they use it as a defense mechanism. They can't even admit to themselves or me what they want out of life.
That is kind of true. I mean, but in your 20s, I think you have a right to be a little bit like that. I mean, I was like that. Heck, I didn't really know what I wanted until I met my wife, right? That is one of those stories that you hear constantly. People don't really know what they want until they meet the right person. And maybe that's what they're waiting for. They're just waiting for the right person to come along.
So I'm officially done with dating because you men are just absolutely atrocious. So here's some things I did today without thinking about men. I went to go see my friend. She was in a play. And now I just made this delicious salad and I'm going over to my girlfriend's for a girls' night. And here's another thing I'm not doing, reading the comments of my video because they're atrocious. Toodles.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's good advice for anyone, especially if you're making videos that are very personal, is maybe don't look at the comment section because you might find one good comment for every like 6 negative comments, and definitely is a toll. It'll take a toll for sure on your mental health. Anyways, guys, leave your thoughts about this video down below in the comment section. Do you notice this trend happening as well? Do you have any female friends, or are you a female yourself who has just decided that you don't want to be in any relationships anymore? And you're just fed up? Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.